I'm here to break what you believe about success, what you believe about entrepreneurship. If you believe in the overnight success things or the hacks or the best tips or the top 10, like seven money making habits that are the best, the quickest, like, nah, bro. That stuff is fake, bro. The road to success is not pretty. It's not hacky. It's not nice. It's a constant grind. It's the constant kick in the balls. You might be tired. You might be sore. You might be going through something. You might be hurt, but you still gotta go out there and do what you gotta do. And then the next day, do it all over again. If you want to achieve the greatest potential. Now, that's where other people, they'll say, oh, but no, you should take a break. Oh, one break is okay. 1 hour of video game is okay. Oh, no, but you need to have a balance in life. You need to enjoy yourself. You could eat one pizza, but, who cares? What if I told you that if you want to be successful, there is no balance? If you've been keeping up with me on social media, I've been alluding to this a little bit. There is no balance. It's all or nothing. There is no in between. As a kid, and that's a quote from Gohan, actually, if you watch Dragon Ball Z. But as a kid, I really like that quote, because while you're over here talking about balance, somebody else is going full throttle, going full ahead with the maximum momentum, and you're just rolling with the wind. You have to truly be relentless. That happened to me in the beginning of the year, right? Yo, let me tell you, like, the last 2 weeks before the beginning of the year, bro, I was on a groove. I was on a routine. I was like, okay, no sugar. I'm eating like meat, veggies, and fruit, right? Literally on New Year's Day, I think my family, they like went out. I had to work New Year's night, and I think my family, they went out to party and stuff, and there was like no food in the house, and I knew that. So like I'm at work, and I'm just like, damn, there's no food at the house. There's just like, the only thing there is like candy and snacks and stuff like that, but there's no actual food. And my manager's like, well, you can have a cheat day, right? New Year starts tomorrow. And I'm just like, yeah. And the small voice, the quiet voice was like, no, hell no. Stay grinding, stay on top, because what you do today will affect you tomorrow, right? Okay. So I'm like, yeah. But then the loud voice is telling you, no, yeah, she's right. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. New Year starts tomorrow. You've been going so strong these last 2 weeks, this last month. You've been going hard, you know what I'm saying? So what if you get a little snack like 1 day before the New Year's? Starts tomorrow. Boy, when I tell you, I got home and I messed up like a whole thing of like chocolate cookies, like, bruh, it was bad. And after that it really threw me off. Because like when I was going good without like sugar or like the process, like I had that downness now, and it restarted me. And it just made the process even longer, which is why there is no balance. There's no, let me enjoy myself this one time. There's none of that. Sure, okay, if you do that, it's cool. Don't beat up on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. Forgive yourself, but just keep going relentlessly. Boom, unbalanced, sleepless nights, early mornings, and it's really like that. There's gonna be times where you need that, and that's another rant I want to go on, bro. Like these damn YouTubers, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie, these YouTubers' advice are good to a certain extent, right? But once you already have your thing going, once you already have your stuff set up, sometimes the YouTuber's advice is counterproductive. It's counterintuitive, because when you're supposed to be grinding, when you're supposed to be going on monk mode and pushing, you might see a video that goes like, why you need 8 hours of sleep, and you're like, oh shit, I'm only getting 6, but I wake up early at 4 and I train and all this stuff like that, or that might be your only time to produce videos, and you gotta wake up at 4 to make that sacrifice. Because that's what success is. It's all about sacrifices. But then you watch a video about why you need 8 hours of sleep, and you're just like, okay, and then like now it just fucks up your whole routine and messes up your whole routine, and now you're basically starting over and doing less work and being less productive because you think you need a balance in your sleep, or you think you need a balance on all these things, which is true, which is how like that's the healthier option. But sometimes you just gotta be obsessed in an unhealthy way. I forgot who it was. I think it was Eric Thomas. He was doing a motivational thing about, I think it was Beyonce or one of these artists. They were stuck in the studio for so long working on an album, working on a song, and they forgot to eat, they forgot to drink, sometimes they forget to shower, right? But it's because they're locked in, and that's not healthy, right? But look at the amount of success that they've gotten. Look at the amount of reward that they've gotten. Obviously, it doesn't have to stay that way. I'm not telling you to go like months with sleepless nights, but there's gonna be times where you gotta sacrifice sleep. And just because you watch a video of why you need 8 hours of sleep from your favorite self-improvement YouTuber shouldn't change that. And this was my thing too, is like, and that's no diss to him specifically, but with Hamza, like, there's a part of YouTube where it's like, okay, you are the niche. There's an idea of like, you are the niche. So your interest, there's people that like your interest, which is what I agree with. And then there's what Hamza says when he's like, no, you should be very niche. So you should be like, if you want to grow your business, you should be like selling to only, let's say, like Christian men that are married and that don't want to watch porn anymore, or something like that, right? And it's like, other YouTubers like you that have also great success are not that niche specific, and they do very well. And so I don't want to be a niche specific person. And you know, that's another thing too, is like, you don't gotta always agree. Yeah, like, sure, they're on a level that you want to be, but there's things like Bruce Lee says, and like how I always say, any philosophical idea personality, any new trend, whatever, red pill, blue pill, you are the niche, or no, be very niche, get 8 hours, be unbalanced, balance. Take what is useful and discard what is not. So far, what's been useful for me is being unbalanced, being relentless, and knowing like who I am and what's working for me. Earlier in my self-improvement, right, I'd want to do all these habits. It's like, okay, I gotta meditate in the morning, and then I gotta get a quick workout in, and then I gotta go to school, make sure I do all my work, because you know how you do anything is how you do everything. So I gotta make sure I do all my work, and then when I get home, I'm gonna try learning to play the guitar to, you know, impress some females, and then maybe I'll go out and then work on like cold approach, and it's like just a whole bunch of things, right? And then it's like you don't even end up doing one, or you don't even end up doing like most of it, and then you just, you know, eventually you just fall off because that's like way too many things. And then I learned like, oh snap, no, just focus on one thing. You're trying to do affiliate marketing, and then you're trying to do drop shipping. That's what I tell a lot of my friends and my brothers, because they tell me like, you know, it's like, yeah, I'm trying to get into drop shipping, or I'm trying to get into this, and I tell them you can do anything you want, but you just gotta lock into it and don't stop until you're successful. So make sure that whatever you're deciding to do is something that you're gonna lock into it. Don't just do it because there's 7 quick ways to get rich, and that's the whole thing about being balanced, being unbalanced. You gotta be obsessed with that thing at least for a year. Truly sit down and lock in. Okay, if you don't get results, okay, then now you can go on to the next thing. Maybe, because it depends, because some things take longer than a year to grow, like a YouTube channel, right? You might grow in 1 year, or you might grow in 4 years. You never know. Back to what I was saying about it's all or nothing and being unbalanced. The way I see it is like this, right? In boxing, if you go up against a champion and it goes by decision and it's like a close fight, you don't deserve to win. If you're going up against a champion, it has to be a decisive that you won. It has to be known that you won, because he might as well just keep his belt. That's how I see it. And a lot of times that's how the judges rule it, because you didn't convince them that you're deserving of that belt. You got to snatch that thing away from him and take him of what he has. A one-sided victory, whether if it's a knockout or it's just like an ass whooping all the way through 10 rounds to 12 rounds. And that's how I see it with life. Is like, you got to move with that urgency. I'm going to get this, and I am worthy of that thing. But it only takes that from an unbalanced lifestyle, from an obsessed lifestyle. And that's the difference between okay, good, and great. It's you too. Like, you can't even lie. Like, you want to live comfortable and you know what it takes, but you're trying to find the loophole around it. You're trying to find the way around it. You're trying to avoid your weaknesses. Or you're trying to avoid that thing of doing what it takes. Only you know. But then it's like, bro, that's what it takes. Make the sacrifice. What are you waiting for? I thought you wanted to retire your mom. I thought you wanted to be living in abundance and successfulness. I thought you wanted to take care of the homies. I thought you wanted to move out of your crappy living situation. If that's the case, then show me, because you either buckle down, because there is no balance for that. There's no balance for the size of your dreams. So you either show up every day, grind, you make that sacrifice, or you get the hell out of the way and make room for the big dogs. Make room for the people that actually want something for themselves. So stop wasting your time binging these videos, even my videos. Stop wasting your time watching these hacky advice tips and these things of like how to make 10K in 30 months and 7 tips that real entrepreneurs, like, no, that's just to keep you watching, bro. And you know that. You already know what you need to do. You don't even need to watch a video to tell you that. You can sit down and truly evaluate with no screens and ask yourself, what do I need to achieve this goal? What business do I need to get into? So take this as a sign right now to remove the drinking, remove the porn, the instant gratification, the videos, the girls, even dating, sex for right now. Just stop all of it and truly lock in. Put your all into it until you get results. This is your sign to get into the monk mode right now. We have what? Now we're on the 7th month of the year, the half of the year, a little bit more. What are you gonna have to show for yourself at the end of the year? Don't talk to me about balance. It's a straight up monk mode level focus and locked in relentlessness to a point where it might get unhealthy, and you obviously don't gotta stay that way for a long time, but this is the period to do it. This is the time to get in the groove, get used to it. You gotta reinvent yourself and evaluate, because you have these big goals, right? You have these big goals, but if you haven't changed, if you haven't gotten any closer, you're the only person to blame, because you're just a dreamer. You're not a doer. The new famous quote now is like the entrepreneur. And the fact of the matter is like, if I was a successful trillionaire, billionaire, or whatever field you want to get into, a Navy SEAL, right? I could give you guys the formula of how to exactly do what I did, how to exactly achieve, and what it takes, and what you need to do step by step. And 90% of you guys won't do it, because it takes that focus, it takes that unbalancedness, it takes that discipline. And that's the truth, man. And a lot of people, like, they're looking for handouts, and they're looking for like $1 million. And man, I just need $1 million. For what? You're gonna lose it in the next year. You could be financially free. You don't know how to. You're not in that even mindset. I'm gonna keep saying it. The type of dream that you have requires discipline and sacrifice. So will you be the top 1 to 10%? Show me. That's pretty much it, man. Mad love. Like and subscribe. I don't even gotta tell you about my coaching. If you're interested into that, click the link. And I'm coming out with something new pretty soon that I'm very excited to share with you guys. So stay tuned. That's it, man. Mad love. Peace.